that kind of thing helps. But Edmonton has to rise their game. And Amber tweeted it out. In the game 1, they gave up 2 first-period goals. Game 2, 2. Game 3, 2. Game 4, 3. They won it. And now game 5, 2. Like, they're just giving up goals early in every game. Every game. Now, here's my other question to you. Who's your starter in game 6?
I felt, going back to Pickard here in this one, if the result was like it ended up being here on Saturday, it allows you, okay, Skinner is their guy. The reasons were understandable and obvious why you stuck with Pickard for game number 5. But Skinner's back in there for game number 6 with your season on the line. That's how I feel about it. How do you feel?
I think if you see Skinner as potentially being your number 1 guy next year, then he has to start game 6. Knobloch went out of his way to say those goals. It wasn't on Pickard tonight, and I don't disagree. But I just think unless you think internally that Skinner can't bounce back like he did the last time he lost the net.
Right.
To me, it comes down to, is he your number 1 guy? You got to go down with your best guy.
Totally agree. Or if you're worried that there isn't the same level of trust within the dressing room, but don't think it's gotten to that point there with Skinner and the Oilers. So for all those reasons.
Okay, here's my other thing.
Okay.
You sent me a tweet and Instagram of Barkov at the Dairy Queen?
Well, the Dairy Queen traveling party on the road for the Panthers has grown. The amount of players that go to get ice cream the night before. There's still the OGs, but I saw like Lundell was in there. I don't think he went to the early trips, and Barkov stuck out too. More and more getting on the
You
tradition.
were asking if it was the first time that Barkov joined the Dairy Queen group.
Yeah, did you get an answer?
I didn't, but I did ask. And I didn't get a chance to see Barkov after the game, but apparently some Panther fans believe that is the case, that it's the first time he joined them. I wonder if he was trying to change his luck.
That was the first thought I had seeing him there. Because he got
a great pass to Reinhardt for the goal.
Yeah, and was just a great night, being a disruptor, good in the face-off dot. Like, it was, though he didn't score, that was a lot of that night was a typical Alexander Barkov multi-Selke trophy winning type performance. Because I can see it too, because he is obviously so dialed in so many things. Like, even where, like, the shoes that he trains in, it's like, I forget the specific brand name, Elliotte, but it's one that is for, allowing your feet, your toes to not be crunched. Like, it allows just for better toe placement. It's just a whole good for your foot health. Like, he's just all of that. Like, there's no stone unturned for how he goes about things. And despite all that, he's going, nah, you know what? I'm tagging along with you guys this time. I'm having a blizzard the night before Stanley Cup final game. It worked. It worked again for him. Like, it's been impressive.
Another convert to the world of ice cream.
Yeah. And I think DQ even did a little ad campaign throughout Edmonton over the weekend, kind of poking some jabs playfully at Brad Marchand, knowing that it all started really with him when it got real traction. Didn't matter. Blizzard Brad with 2 more goals. Another win for Florida on the road. and the Stanley Cup is within reach once again. I have another question for you, actually, before we wrap up. How cool was it interviewing Alphonso Davies?
Oh, yeah, that was a real highlight. What a nice guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I asked him, he was wearing a Davies 19 jersey. I asked him why he wasn't wearing the one, he did a jersey swap with McDavid once, right? So I said, I figured you'd be wearing the McDavid jersey swap. And he said his fiance has that one.
Oh,
so
nice.
Like, okay, that I get. I understand that. Just a really nice guy. He had to wait about 5 or 6 minutes before the interview started. No complaints. And he was easy to make small talk with. I thought it was interesting that, last year I found it, as I mentioned, I found an interview where he said he did not text Draisaitl and McDavid before during the series. He said, I'll only text them when they win the cup. And he stuck to that answer again. Very friendly guy. Very friendly. Just in a short span.
Right. And good on you for asking how the rehab is going and kind of the timeline there. So a lot of Canadian footy fans, and
well, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
In addition, in addition to everything else, I figured the Canadian footy fans would want to know when they're going to see him out there again.
Right.
Dave was talking to him about Paris Saint-Germain and their win and stuff like that. Like, I know the World Cup, but I don't know a lot of the individual competitions, like the Champions League, which they just won.
Yeah.
Dave clearly knew that stuff. Although I did have a couple people text me and tweet me saying, good use of pitch. They liked that I referred to it as a pitch and not a field. And I did notice the tweeters saying, why didn't you ask Davies if he was the anonymous caller?
Yeah, I saw a couple of those too.
Amber was just rolling his eyes at that. Someone else, by the way, did come up to Dave during the game tonight and say, you're the anonymous caller. I just love it whenever that happens. It's
just such an easy way for,
Anyway, big highlight.
Big
highlight to talk to him.
And it would have been a great way to send the interview off the rails if you did ask him if he was the anonymous caller. The friendliness would have ended immediately. All right, so a tough night for the Oilers in Edmonton and a couple days to collect themselves as they will play for their season down in Florida on Tuesday night. Before we take our first break and get to some other news around the league, some other news from around the league here first, Elliotte. Why don't we begin with JJ Peterka? Because that's a name you brought up a few times here lately on the pod. Is there anything new, anything different with regards to Peterka and all the noise around him?
Yes, there is. I have said